All right, I did not get to the gym today, and I have about, 45 minutes before I have my group Zoom, so I decided to throw on my 30 pounds. I'm staying inside. I love having this parking garage as an option. So I did a live today with Dr. Ken Berry, and we had all sorts of really great questions about eye health, visual health, and I'm sure there was hundreds of them that we didn't get to. Hi, Tracy. Hi, Monica. And so I just thought, since I was out walking, that I would jump on live here on YouTube. Thanks, Monica. Hi, Suzette. Just thought I would jump on and chat with you guys. You guys can keep me company. So if you know a little bit of my recent past history, if you follow me on Instagram, you know I am doing this Zone 2 training, which it's a remarkable way to train, and professional athletes use it. And I love it because it's not too strenuous. And actually, I have to slow down a little because to stay in Zone 2, it's 180 minus your age, and you use that as your max heart rate. So 180 minus 57 years old that I am gets to 123. So I try to keep my heart rate. I get close enough to my condo, and it kind of tries to connect to my Wi-Fi, but we'll see how it goes. Let me see if it can. I'm gonna read your questions instead of rambling on. PJ says, loved your live with Dr. Berry. Thanks. Yeah, I thought it went really well. I think for sure when we had a little discussion immediately after we signed off, that there was a lot of people that were enthusiastic about doing a part 2 of that. So I said I would definitely love to do that. So that'll probably happen in the next, I don't know, maybe 2 to 4 weeks, we'll see. All right, let me read back here. Let's see, hello from Northern California. Oh, so it's earlier out there. Just saw the show and found you. So happy, Angela. I'm glad you found me too. I just watched it. So great. Awesome. I enjoyed your chat. And now we have one from London, Ontario, Canada. Oh, thanks, Rainey. Hello from New York, West Virginia. I don't know if this is going to work. Maybe I'll go outside. And then I'll just stay disconnected from the Wi-Fi. Let's see, Lisa, I flunked my VNG. Is this something I can, thanks. BP is 179 over 1 on Carnivore, what to do? All right, so your blood pressure is 179 over 121. That's, well, now I got the darkness. Okay, so now I'm gonna walk near the lights here. Yeah, so what to do is just keep hanging in there with this way of eating and let your body heal, because clearly your, and everything is interconnected, everything, your metabolism, your hormones, your vascular system, your ocular system, everything. It's chilly out here. Everything is interconnected. Thanks. We always like being complimented on our hair. I was trying to have a good hair day today because being that I was on Dr. Berry's channel, it's like, ooh, I gotta level up my game here. I saw he had like 2.3 million subscribers. I was like, whoo, that's a little bit of a pressure for me. But I work well under pressure. But yeah, of course, I did try to get my hair to look good. So thanks for that compliment. Makes me feel even better. like I succeeded. Good luck, hard to find them. Hard to find what? I don't know what you're referring to. Hello from Palm Beach. High cholesterol, okay for carnivore? Yes, it's absolutely okay for carnivore because, oh my gosh, cholesterol is just that topic that's so frustrating because you have to think, man for millions of years is not running around ancestrally, right? Hunting animals, eating fatty meat, lots of fat, organs, meat, eggs, I guess if they can find them. He's not running around with high cholesterol dying. Our bodies are totally, just like I said, I don't know if you all watched or did not yet watch my live with Dr. Berry, but our bodies, given the proper nutrition and remove the toxins, our bodies want to survive. Every animal, every organism is wired genetically to survive and evolve. So we are evolved to procreate. Good thing we like sex, to procreate and to be healthy so we can keep this species going. So you have to trust that your body's not, so let's say people say, oh, I feel so much better, my sleep is better, my glucose is down, my blood pressure is better, I got off meds, but my cholesterol went up and my doctor is going berserk and wants to put me on a statin. Get a new doctor. Stop testing it. If you're confident that this way of eating is healthy, then you go with it. Your body is not going to selectively, make your cholesterol go berserk and kill you. Okay, I follow Dr. Berry and now I'm following you too. Thank you. You're one more closer to 2.3 million. I couldn't even imagine getting that many, but you know what? I feel like if I make an effort to start doing some really cool YouTube videos, I could eventually, if I work hard enough, get there. Let's see, wondering what your thoughts are on lens replacement. I'm thinking of getting it done, but not sure it's good for the long run. Kimberly Wilson. So lens replacement, that means, I'm guessing, I'll just take a guess just from my 30 years of eye doctor experience. When we talk about lens replacement, we are talking about that you have the lenses in your eyes do not have a cataract that needs to be removed because of cloudy vision, but you might be very, very nearsighted. And if they do a lens replacement, that's when they can correct the prescription that you have. So I don't know, I'm kind of up in the air on that one because of I guess just a couple different things. But when they take your natural lens out and they put this intraocular synthetic lens in, it does have, they do make it UV blocking. So I don't know, you know what, before I answer that, I really want to do a little more research on what spectrum of UV these intraocular lenses block. And I'm thinking they might just block the range of ultraviolet that naturally gets blocked by our own lens, but I gotta look into that. It's not something I concerned myself with as an eye doctor. It was like either you did or you didn't need cataract surgery, and it wasn't a matter of choosing the type of intraocular lens. They are what they are. Let's see. Oh, and that's what you said. That's exactly what you're concerned about. Yeah. So, you know what? It's weird. You got to go onto like googlescholar.com. If you go onto Google Scholar, I don't know if you guys know this, but Google Scholar is a version of Google, but when you go to Google Scholar and go into the search box, it links you to scientific papers and technical, medical, detailed stuff, but you can typically find some really pretty good information on there without all the mumbo jumbo that typically comes with a Google search. I'm pacing out here in my parking lot. I'm not gonna stay on here too long because number one, it's kind of cold. I'm not dressed for it. And I gotta go in and get ready for my group tonight. Oh, thank you. Doctor wants me to eat veggies to protect kidneys and go on amiodarone. Yeah, I'm not so sure what particular veggie is the kidney protecting veggie, but let's see. You look great. I'm gonna be 53 Friday. Happy birthday, Waterworth Gardens. Keto for 2 years, going on 3 years. Carnivore. Had kidney stones for 15 years. None since going carnivore. It's awesome. 16, get 15 more. Share videos. Shares videos. I don't even know what some of these comments mean. I suffer from dry eyes, says this Rochelle. With this diet, should I still take the omega-3 and Restasis? Hang on a second. Put user into... I was thinking I could post the question up here. Let me stop a second. Should I still take omega-3 and Restasis? Does it even heal with this diet? 3 months into carnivore and have not seen any improvements yet. All right, Rochelle, listen carefully. On that video, I spoke about this exact thing. I don't know how old you are, Rochelle, but I'm gonna guess you're in your 40s or 50s in a minimum. So you gotta remember, just had your 222 hot drink. Oh, Suzette, it's awesome, right? Yeah, so Angela says 3 months is not long. And here's the thing. I said this on the Dr. Berry video today, that this is one thing that is so important to pay attention to. We have, and I'm gonna say collectively we, me too. I treated my body like a trash can for 40 years before I found this. Okay, 4 decades. I don't expect in 4 months or even in 4 years to have everything reversed and all hunky-dory again. It's just we're expecting way too much out of a slowly evolving system that has to correct itself. That was an excellent video. Glad I found you there. Thanks, Michelle. You guys, I'm so happy to hear positive feedback and so happy to have you here, because I'm just another soldier in the army here trying to help get everybody on board with the fact that we are just mindlessly, aimlessly believing or just thinking that this is natural and normal. All this food, all this crap, all this garbage, all this shit that's in our food system. And we have to understand that this way of eating that so many look at me and say, what are you, crazy? What do you do? What is that? Meat and eggs? What are you, insane? How can you possibly think that's healthy? Well, yep, actually I do think it's healthy. I am, at least in N=1, living proof that it's healthy. Not only is it healthy, but it totally resolved me of my food addiction, sugar addiction. I was headed down a bad path. This thing was gonna kill me eventually. And I just so grateful that the internet came about and that there was groups of people who were out there trying this and doing this, and I was able to join in and realize it for myself, how amazing it is. And then now it's just an incredible movement of people sharing their stories of resolving themselves of everything: arthritis, anxiety, depression, acne, psoriasis, eczema, hypertension, even remarkable improvements in MS and Parkinson's and cancer treatment. And I'm like, well, shit, if this is good for cancer treatment, it sure as shit is going to be good for cancer prevention. That's my hopes. So yeah, I'm really just so grateful that I'm in a position that I did what I did when I did it and found it when I did. Now, granted, way back then when I found it, I was like, damn, I wish I found this in my 20s. And I was really upset, like, that it wasn't until I was 44 that I finally found this. But now, looking back at it, almost 13 and a half years later, now I can at least look back and say, well, thank God at least I found it back then. And the same thing, I have people coming into my groups and are like, oh my gosh, if I only found this a long time ago. Yeah, we all have that same feeling. So, let's see. I still do salads and some veggies. Should I just go completely carnivore? Absolutely. Absolutely. From what I've heard from many people is that last 10% of non-carnivore that you end up giving up will give you a 90% bump boost in your results. So yeah, I would and you know what? Not for nothing, just do it for 90 days and then reassess. Just tell yourself you can always go back to it. And honestly, you know what? I don't know. Salads really don't taste good unless you've got, you know, salad dressing, the cheese, same thing with veggies. Man, you got to put butter and cheese and bacon and I don't know. It's like, why are we eating the veggies? Most of the time it's psychological because you've been brainwashed that you have to eat them and that they're good for you and that you can't not eat them. But I don't know. Some people will say, no, I really love veggies. I love veggies. Really? I don't know. I would take a ribeye over and bacon smeared with some cream cheese over broccoli or cauliflower or salad any day. But that's me. Started carnivore September 1st. Oh, hi, that's Monica. Monica's in my group and have lost 22 pounds so far, and her blood sugar is steadily decreasing. Yeah, Monica, you are just another one in the line of success stories of how amazing this can be if you're willing to dedicate to doing this. And it's not easy. I mean, I tell people, it's not easy. Of course we want to still eat ice cream and chocolate, but not anymore, not with knowing how great I feel without it, but it does take some time to get over it. It does take time to get over the cravings. It is hard when you're at, whatever, celebrations, festivities, everything revolves around food. Do you guys notice that? The more you get into this kind of way of eating, the more you realize how much people obsess about food. What are you bringing? What should I bring? Where are we going? Where are we eating? Food, right? It's all about the food. So, I don't know, more and more I'm getting on with like my friends where we go, all right, which trail are we meeting to hike at? And we go hike and we talk when we hike. We don't have to talk over food and drink all the time. And yeah, you change a bit sometimes of who your friends are and who you hang out with. And it's strange. The whole thing really kind of evolves. Matthew Seymour says, was wondering if you take supplements while eating carnivore. I don't. I have not taken supplements in all 13 and a half years. I kind of just am going under the premise that every vitamin, mineral, and nutrient that my body needs is in fat, meat, and eggs. Sometimes I eat a little seafood just to kind of mix it up a little bit because I think there are different nutrients in that. I just showed today on my Instagram, I bought salmon roe, which I don't know, maybe once every 3 months I'll buy a jar of that at Whole Foods, and then I go through it through the week. Once I open it, then I put like a teaspoon with some sour cream on the side of whatever meat and whatever I'm eating, but just because I know it's healthy. But yeah, supplements, now, I do read a lot and I have an open mind. I don't feel like I have to have anything. I do read about the benefits of NAC, of glycine, of magnesium glycinate. Like there's all these things that are all like potentially now, and sometimes I do experiment. Inositol is supposed to be very beneficial for people who are getting over addictions, whether it's alcohol or food. It has a lot of other benefits, but there's a couple studies with that. So I was like, let me get that and take that just to see if it gives me any side effects. So if I recommend it to anybody I coach, and then see if it actually does help anybody trying to get over their sugar and sweetener addiction. But in general, no, I do use that pluck seasoning that has the desiccated, freeze-dried, raw kind of organs, the heart, spleen, kidney, pancreas, and liver, I think, is in it, and it's delicious. It's a mixture of these spices that just make it phenomenal, and I do not taste organ at all. Yes, I do believe organs are healthy and that they have a nutritional profile that is really beneficial. I just don't like liver. I don't want to eat it. I don't like to eat kidney. I've tried that, I think, once. I do happen to like chicken hearts. When I go to those Brazilian, the 𝗬𝗡𝗕𝗢𝗡𝗕𝗢𝗡 restaurants, most of them all serve chicken hearts, and I really like them. Not enough to go find a place. I did see my Asian market. I went, it's pretty far from here, but there's an Asian market and they sell chicken hearts. I was like, almost bought them. I was like, nah. But so, yeah, so the pluck is just delicious, and it's just actually a really enjoyable mixture of a spice that also has those other things in it. And so I feel good throwing it in my food every once in a while as a seasoning. Recovering vegetarian. Oh, Susie, so sorry to hear that, but I'm happy to hear you're recovering. We always give a when my Zoom groups meet and we're talking, and I have people kind of introduce themselves and give their background of what shit show they came from, because we all came from a shit show of some sort, so we all share shit shows. And it's really fun. It's great. We get to relate to different parts of everybody's journey to that spot, to this spot. And anybody says, yeah, I was vegan for 7 years, we all go, that's too bad you got caught up in that. Thank God I never did. I think I thought about it for like a short second. And then I was like, oh no. So let's see. I'm type 1 diabetic. I'm nervous to start because if my sugar's low, I'll have to grab sugar pills or pretzels. I'll get there. Well, Sherry, you have to, there is some really, really great resources for type 1 diabetic carnivores. There's a guy named Andrew Berger, and I think he's on Instagram as type 1 burger, BERGER. And go check him out. Oh, and then I think Sean Baker interviewed him. And there's others out there. And there's a whole Facebook group, I believe. I'm pretty positive. Type 1 diabetic carnivores. So keep going down the rabbit hole. Keep searching and finding information, because all you really are going to have to do is, you're not going to have to just keep eating sugar and pretzels. What you're going to have to do is figure out how much less insulin you're going to need. My brother's a type 1 diabetic. He went carnivore, and I guess he's using a pump. He switched from 4 vials of insulin to 1 vial. And he was able to manage it. So there's a definitely way to do it, and you really need to not be afraid of it, but you're going to need to get some guidance. So keep going down the rabbit hole. That's the link for Dr. Lisa's groups. Oh, did somebody post a link? Usually I put a link in the bottom here of the video. You know, I find so many people don't know how to get, there's that little teeny tiny down arrow that you have to touch and then hit the word more to get all this stuff that we spend so much time putting information in there, descriptions and timestamps of, sometimes I tried, if I have time, I would love to do a timestamp for every one of the videos so you can just write when each question gets asked, you put a timestamp so then somebody can just go right to the question they're interested in. Because I don't know, who the hell wants to hear me yap on for a full hour trying to get to the question they want. What steps can we take to go from a horrible sugar diet to a keto or carnivore? All right, is that Angie? A-N-G-E. So you can, here's the thing, you gotta have your why that makes you cry, that you really wanna do this. Because, you know, it takes a lot of effort, because, you know, you're gonna have friends, family, coworkers who are gonna try to sabotage you. Your own brain, your own addictive brain's gonna try to sabotage you and say, oh yeah, no, this isn't for you. This must not be for everybody. Let's just dig in again. But so you can rip the Band-Aid off, just jump in and do it. You gotta clear everything out of your cabinets and your fridge, get rid of all that garbage, and fill your fridge with sausage, kielbasa, steaks, ground beef, eggs, cream cheese, cheddar cheese, heavy cream. You can do it. You can jump in and do it. If you're on black and white, all or nothing kind of, let's go. Let's not dick around anymore. Let's just do it. Or you could say, all right, week 1, I'm going to remove, and I have no idea what your diet currently is. And most people are on like whatever, Diet Coke, or they chew gum, or they put stevia in their coffee, or they eat fruit. You could just say, wait, week 1, I'm gonna just remove all taste of sweet. That's the biggest, that's the biggie. And then week 2, remove all grain, bread, pasta, rice, potatoes. Just get rid of all of that. And you should obviously just not be eating processed garbage food at all. So we won't even use that as a category of what we're removing, because we all know we got to get rid of that right away. Love how Doc just puts it out there. Yeah, you got to. You know why? Because this sucks. That's why I say, suck it up, Buttercup. Just do it. If you want your best health and your best life, you just got to do it. You can't just keep thinking about it or want to wait for just the right person to tell you just the right process. You have to educate yourself, learn, keep watching podcasts, keep watching YouTube videos, keep learning. And then when you get that confidence of like, oh, wow, you know what? This is really healthy. Guess what? Dr. Barry does it. Dr. Lisa does it. Dr. Chafee does it. Dr. Kiltz does it. There's a lot of doctors. Dr. 𝗬𝗍𝗓𝗓, the cardiologist, he does it. You know, some, if you want to go keto first, I don't know. I don't really understand the point of, so keto, well, and keto's fine if you do true keto, where it's high fat, none of this. I highly recommend any of you, and you know who you are when I say this, any of you who are seeking to replace the garbage food that we eat now, which I call, you know, the SAD, the SAD diet, which is supposed to sound for standard American diet. I call it the standard atrocious diet. But if you're looking for substitutes, you know, and I'm talking about those keto desserts, the keto brownies, the keto cookies, the keto pancakes, the keto tiramisu, the keto cheesecake. If you're looking to make those and have those and keep eating those, you are still not changing your relationship with food. You are still craving, and you are still letting your addictive brain be driven to keep eating that stuff. And you will feel so free when you get off of that. So that's my recommendation is, I mean, if you want to do the keto thing though, as far as you allow avocado, olives, seasonings. I'm okay with that, but I'm not okay with cauliflower crust pizza because they label it keto because it's gluten-free, things like that. I just think that you're prolonging the misery. And, you know, it's not like you have to say, I have to stay this way for the rest of my life. You could just say, you know what? I'm going to do it for 6 months, damn it, and I'm going to see what I get out of it. And chances are what happens is you get like most all of us and go, whew, I'm carnivore for life. This is friggin' amazing. I've never felt better and I don't want to go back to the way I was feeling, which again brings us back to, do you have that why that makes you cry? Because if you don't, there's such a strong draw to eat bagels and pizza and ice cream and chips. And when you're in front of it and other people are encouraging you to eat it and you're laughing and you're having fun and God forbid you're also having a drink, all this thoughts and desires of staying on a steady, healthy diet go out the window. So it's not easy. Keto didn't work for me. I made all the desserts. There you go. That's what I like to hear. You guys chiming in, confirming what I'm saying. On week 2 with no stevia. Oh, that's right, Monica. I remember you said that in the group. You dropped it. That's what I say. Suck it up, Buttercup. You got to just do it. Dr. Kenberry's show, now a live Q&A. What a great way to end the day. Oh yeah, from my, what did I do? I did that from, what time did I do that? 4 till 5. And now I think I jumped on here at 7:30. Yeah, look at me go. I'm like a little Energizer bunny. I actually, let me look at the time. I'm gonna have to scoot off of here because number one, my hands are freezing and I have to jump in and get ready for my group. So hello, Dr. Dean here. Jammer Travels, 3-year carnivore, still dry eyes. Yeah, so here's the thing. Again, make sure, and then you can start tweaking things. Make sure you're doing a high-fat carnivore. Try doing 85% fat to 15% protein and see if that changes. Have you tracked? Have you done your macros? Because sometimes if you want to see if you can make a change, you got to make a change. So it could be just you need still more time, but I'm going to guess just because, and plus people get frustrated, and I'm hoping and thinking that there's other benefits that you've experienced from this whole thing other than just wanting to resolve dry eyes, because trust me, I know nobody just comes to fly their freak flag with carnivore because they've got a little dry eye. But certainly that has been a side effect of what a lot of people who I've coached and who are in my groups and people who have contacted me say, I came to carnivore to, improve and help my arthritis, and I can't believe it. I've had dry eye my whole life, and that is so much better. I don't even have to use drops now. And so just have confidence that your body is going to keep healing. Ancestral man did not run around with debilitating dry eye and didn't have access to Restasis and lubricant tears, so we still have to think that that's going to get better. But I would try a different ratio of fat to protein. Beef, butter, bacon, eggs in 5 months. I reversed type 2 diabetes, lost 80 pounds, and my eyes last year were left eye 20/25, right eye is 20/35. Now my eyes are 20/20 -2. Wow, that is friggin' awesome. I love to hear that. I think that the more carnivore helps reduce my seizures. Yeah, usually high-fat carnivore is really good for seizures, getting into ketosis. I don't know if I'm guessing, Jeff, that that's what you do, because anybody with seizures heads right over to that type of thing. Are you staring at a computer screen all day, straining your eyes? I had a problem with that for a while. Yeah, it could also be partially environmental, that we are not meant to be indoor creatures staring at blue light electronics, so there's also that. And then, you know, there's a lot of other factors, hormonal factors and environmental factors. So, all right, guys, I am so glad I jumped on here because I got to chat with all of you, and I'm so glad all of you who are new to my channel, welcome. I'm so glad to have you here. If anybody is interested in talking to me one-on-one in these group meetings, you literally, I keep the meetings small, the group small enough that through any meeting, you are able to ask questions and we talk, and then you interact with all the others, and it's just really great. So, hi Michelle, new today. Thanks for joining. But I always say, if you're trying this whole thing out and you don't really know which way to turn, just join in a group. Just do it for a month if you want. I have people that have been in my group for a year and they become a family, and they have a private WhatsApp chat that I keep a group that we share links to things, podcasts, successes, recipes, and just questions in between the meetings. And it's just a really great community, because I just feel like if not for that, I would have been really lonely in trying to adapt to this. Because 13 years ago when I started this, I at least had Charles Washington's forum, Zeroing In on Health. This was way before Facebook. It was just a little computer forum, you know, website, and it was my saving grace. So, hello, making your lovely whipped brown butter recipe right now. Awesome. So remember, after you get that whole brown butter thing going, then I just put it in the bowl, leave it on the counter overnight, and then the next morning just lower my little KitchenAid and turn it on high, like 30, 45 seconds. It's just whipped up, and I put it right into the little glass containers. All right, if I didn't get to your question, I'm sorry. I really try hard on these. It's kind of tough because it keeps fading in and out, but I hope I got to most of them, and I will see you guys next time. Thanks for joining.